So Nidhogg is a 2D, fast-paced, pixelated fighting game where your goal is to get to one side of the screen, depending on who you're playing as, and you want to get eaten by this giant worm monster called the Nidhogg.
It's a fencing game, but has all of the kind of technical finesse you'd expect from something like Street Fighter. Maybe not with the exact depth that you would have from like quarter circles and stuff, but it has all these different functionalities and different moves for two characters who are always equal.
It's a one-on-one duel between an orange dude and a yellow dude, and both dudes have swords, and they're trying to poke each other to death so that they can run to the opposite end of the screen.
Nidhogg is simplistic in its design, but there are also a ton of ways to play it, which I really liked as well.
You try out these different strategies, and you see what sticks, and you see what doesn't, and you learn the hard way that rolling and cartwheeling and jumping over somebody maybe isn't the best way to do it. So what if I throw my sword? What if I hang back and play super defensively? What if I try to trick somebody?
The objectives are so simple. It's like kill dude, run in that direction. And because those objectives are so simple and the mechanics are easy for pretty much anyone to pick up, it becomes frantic very quickly. It's like stabby, 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 jump, kick, stab, and everyone's freaking out.
Games today are kind of complicated, but with this one you can just pick it up and play it. You don't have to learn all these complex aspects of it.
It brings people together in a way that isn't necessarily cooperative in the same way a lot of games are now. And it makes you fight against each other locally, and it brings out that kind of competitive spirit in a way that most games don't, especially if you're playing online. So you get these loud fights where you're thrown down against somebody. There's this underdog moment where somebody who shouldn't win does, and they turn it around, and you don't really get that in many games anymore.
The only reason not to play Nidhogg is if you don't like fun. Like if you don't like getting hype and screaming and yelling with your friends, then don't play Nidhogg. I watched people who have not a competitive bone in their body, who don't know the first thing about fighting games. In 2 minutes, they were screaming and yelling and hooping and hollering at each other. And I mean, if that's not worth your time and some of your money, then I don't know what is.